All right, so this is Simic, Twiddle Field, Simic, Lotus Field, however you want to call it. The basic idea is we get this Lotus Field into play, so it can tap for 3 mana, and then the Twiddle part of this deck's deck name comes from the card Twiddle, which is a card that taps or untaps a permanent, and we play a bunch of effects like Hidden Stirrings, Vizier of the Tumbling Sands, Pore over the pages, and Finale of Revelation here to allow us to untap our Lotus Fields again and again and again, so we can generate lots of mana while drawing through our deck. Eventually, we generate enough mana to put Omniscience into play, either the one naturally in our deck, or by casting Granted from Fae of Wishes to cast Omniscience out of the sideboard. Then we continue to chain through our deck until we can get Enter the Infinite out of our sideboard to draw the entirety of our deck. And once we draw the entirety of our deck, Jace, Wielder of Mysteries here is the way we win the game. This deck is incredibly difficult to interact with because Lotus Field has hexproof. There are some cards like Damping Sphere and Alpine Moon that exist in the format that help a little bit. But for the most part, you're just like trying to race what this deck is doing. Playing decks that are trying to race, it felt like tough races against this deck. This deck, on an absolute crazy draw, can go as early as turn 3. Often it wins on turns 4, 5, and 6, though. Let's go ahead and dive on into a league with this one and see how it goes. To set a low bar, it's probably going to go better than the league we just 0-4'd with Bogles. You did, Rad. It was a rough set. I'm not sure the Bogles are equipped for Pioneer. I don't know what the range of hands that you're supposed to keep with this deck look like. I think I'm keeping Forest, Thespian, Sage, Sylvan Scrying. What's the best unmoored eco target against this deck? Lotus Field. We are in the roaring 20s. That is accurate. So I think if we fail to draw Steel Leaf Champion, sure. If we fail to draw another land next turn, we're going to Sylvan Scrying for Thespian. Okay. Well, now we're just going to Growth Spiral this Lotus Field into play, right? Could this be a turn 3 kill here? I feel like we get it would be sick if our first game with this deck is a good old turn 3 kill. So if I do this untaps 2 things, right? So I can make 4, and then I can twiddle these, and then I can copy this with 2 floating, and then twiddle again. And then if this hits something, I'm good. Well, I don't even have to use the cipher yet, right? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, so we do this. And then we say, okay, untap these. I don't know, it might be better to wait, but it's less fun. Alright, we bricked off. It's fine. If we'd have found another Pore over the pages or a dig there, we'd have potentially popped off. Our opponent could play like 2 lords on their next turn and kill us. Would even a single lord? A single lord would have killed us on their next turn. So I think I'm supposed to YOLO there. Because a single lord would have taken them from 11 to 14 power. I could have scryed with Grazer before casting the Gross Barrel, sure. Hey, look at that, chat. I died on their turn 4. So it looks like I was very correct to go for it on my turn 3. Yes, but if we wait, we pretty much just win. Have a 10-minute break for not telling me how we just win. How does having more mana the following turn change anything? How does it actually change anything? Because I'm pretty sure we just died there, and any lord killed us, and Shaman of the Pack killed us. So pretty sure it's correct. Pretty sure it's correct to go for it there, because I had plenty of mana. Yeah, I ended the turn with mana in my pool. Yeah, Grazer couldn't block. For people wondering why I conceded, Grazer couldn't block Steel Leaf Champion. So, again, if you want to give me specifics on why what I did was incorrect, that's always welcome and encouraged here. But just saying, Jeff, that's wrong is going to get you a quick 10-minute break. That's not helpful. It just serves to tell me that I'm bad without helping me be better. Don't get me wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Just ask my wife. But if you're going to tell me I'm wrong, at least do me the courtesy of helping me learn why I am wrong. That's the important part. The whys are more important than whether or not you're correct and whether or not I'm right or wrong. Yeah, this is fine, right? It's got scrying. Yeah, I think I'm in for that. I have a dig. That makes a bunch of mana. So we go scrying for field here. Next turn we'll get to Shimmer, put field into play. Gosh, fast lands are really good in this deck, huh? That's a Sylvan Scrying. I don't think I can combo from this position. Can you explain how I combo from this position? Yeah, Blast Zone is tempting, but they only have 2 1/1s. I think I'm supposed to take the Sylvan Scrying. I think I'm supposed to hope I get a turn 5 here. What am I doing with that Endo Crisis? Like, what is the goal? People keep saying, like, hey, Jeff, are you supposed to start twiddling? Like, what am I doing? Like, count through how much mana that I have. Like, people that are saying, hey, start taking game actions. You're right. I can start taking game actions. But, like, what are those game actions doing? What's the goal with them? Maybe you're seeing something I'm not, but I need those details. Don't just say, Jeff, start taking game actions. What are we doing with those game actions? Why is it correct to start spending my resources? Alright, I'm dead next turn, right? They have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have to do stuff this turn. I'm supposed to cycle Vizier to start. Well, it's maybe the line if... No, that's not even useful, right? Because it's only one thing per turn. Like, we're dead. We don't have time to set up for that kind of stuff. Yeah, cycling to start is +1 mana and a card. Pore over the pages is good. So, now I can make this... And I can... Yeah, we can Sylvan Scry for stage. And I can get stage, play stage, make a mana. And then I can Hidden Stirring. But I don't think I have enough mana to go off from there, right? Oh, I guess I can Pore over the pages here. So, if I copy this, I don't have another Twiddle. So this Pore loses me a mana, but it lets me do stuff. Alright, does Blast Zone plus Grazers mean I'm not dead? So I can bin a Grazer here, and then I play Blast Zone, crack Blast Zone with 1 green floating, play Grazer, put a land into play, and then I'm not dead on board. And I can maybe dig into something useful next turn. Oh, I already played stage for the turn. Yeah, we're just dead then, right? Oh yeah, we dig and try and find two diddles. But like once we find 2 Twiddles, we like, how do we actually keep going from there? Like, I'm out of cards that draw cards. Okay, so like there's the hidden stirrings. So like that gives me my 4 mana back, but then I don't have anything to do with my 4 mana afterwards, right? No, we don't have mana to anger them. In order to anger them, I have to cast Granted and cast Anger of the Gods. So this hidden stirrings turns 2 mana back into 4. That's not true. We just haven't had enough mana to do that. Could not have cast Anger of the Gods this turn. What's the series that lets me cast Anger of the Gods? Mana's been my bottleneck this entire turn. Was not capable of casting Anger. Yeah. And we're dead. Like I said, this deck can absolutely nuts draw kill on 3. It frequently kills somewhere between turn 4 and 6. That was us trying to go off on turn 4 there, because we were going to die on their turn 4. So, tried to go off on 3 and failed. Tried to go off on 4 and failed. I assume there's going to be a lot of 10-minute breaks in this deck, because people don't like to take the time to type out the lines. There's just a lot of, hey, you're wrong with this type of deck. Which, I'm going to be wrong a lot while I play this deck, but if you don't explain why I'm wrong, you're just not being helpful. It's just clutter. I'm gonna make a ton of mistakes over this set. My timing people out in chat is not denying that I was wrong. It's me saying, hey, that message doesn't help me. It was wrong. You had extra looks with your stirrings. Be choked the next turn. The outcome, nah, fuck off. Get out of here. It wasn't. Like, you're telling me you're still talking about the first game where I tried to go off on 3 and then died because I didn't have enough cards? Like, they had over a dozen cards that killed me their following turn. It was very right to go off. I'm confident that game 1 was right. You're telling me I'm supposed to not try and go off on a turn where any Lord, any Shaman of the pack kills me the following turn out of them? No, you're wrong. That is a bad percentage play. The correct percentage play is when 25+% of the cards in their deck kill you the following turn, you try and go off, even if you're low percentage to make it. Game 1, I'm confident I was correct to try and pop off. If you think we're supposed to take a turn when a quarter of their deck kills us and they have 2 or 3 cards in their hand plus the draw step, I disagree with you. I think you're mathematically incorrect to do that. That's the other side of the coin. Take the time to explain yourself and be wrong, you're also going to get a break. That's the balance that I think a lot of people don't get. Some people think just if you explain yourself, it's okay to be wrong. And other people think that if you're right, it's okay to not explain yourself. You need to both be right and explain yourself. Thanks for the happy year, Greenspeed. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is a game where we're going to have plenty of time to pop off. So we'll twiddle this, not in danger of dying on their turn 4. We'll get our turn 4 with 2 Lotus Fields, and it'll be great. Can I say you're right without explaining yourself? Yes. I'm the authority here. This is my space. This isn't a democracy. This is a dictatorship, and I'm the dick. Who are the taters? Declan's the tater. So now we do the thing. This should be trivially easy to go off from this position. Just have infinite mana. In fact, I think with this hit, we might even be able to, granted, for Seth with the big tip. I assume that's to cut the line. Whoop, where's my dashboard? Let's play some vintage cube in. Thanks for sharing some of your bonus this way. So I only have 12 mana. I need 14 mana to granted for Omniscience, right? It was a donation, Punchworthy. I can't cast Omniscience. I have 13 mana, right? I'm one short. I can play a land for the turn. So we'll just dig here. We find a hidden stirrings. If we find a hidden stirrings, we can go from there. Oh, I can also just like find Omniscience. What is mana anyways? Mana, it's all in your head, man. It's all in your head, man. You gotta like slow down, man. We're gonna enter the infinite, man. Gotta expand your mind, man. Where we're going, we don't need mana. I'm gonna click submit. This is a Mystic Dispute matchup. Do we expect them to have counter spells post board, right? Should I board in my Mystic Disputes if I expect them to have counter spells? Their deck's not particularly fast, so I just like trim Arboreal Grazer. Last game, if we'd have played Sanctum over stage, we could have floated blue-green and then twiddled and then play Grazer with green to pour over the pages. Yeah, but what is that actually like? None of that nets us mana, Ace. Like none of that changes us being dead on board. All those sequences you just described, you're right, it lets us play Grazer, but it doesn't change the fact that we're dead. Boarding in wish targets. I think boarding in like second best wish targets is probably fine. Like when I've played wish decks in the past, you'll frequently want to look at a matchup and go, okay, like my second and third best wish targets are these. Oh, you know, Return to Nature should be in my deck, right? Yeah, I should board in Return to Nature. I'm gonna keep this. Let's just draw a land. That's true. I want to draw an untapped blue-green land. Look at Hippity saving the day. Hippity knew we had time to be specific. If we win this game, it's definitely thanks to Hippity. You know, they know what's up. Okay, so every one of these hidden stirrings makes 2 mana, right? So, because I have infinite of them, I feel like I'm supposed to, like, stirrings pour here. What do we think? It's like, I don't have a shortage of these things, right? What am I discarding? So, I think with this stage, do we just hang tight now? Or what if I just, like, dig past here? And then try and get set up for next turn? I think I like this. Grab a Twiddle, grab a Finale. And then next turn we go stage, copy field, stirrings, untapped field, stirrings, untapped fields, Vizier, make some mana, Finale for a bunch, see where we go from there. X has to be 10 or more to untap my lands. Gold Dead Ringer, thanks for the tip, I appreciate it. I'm back from my corner, and I think playing this deck is way different than watching Here's Money as an apology. I appreciate the support. Don't ever feel obligated, though, to donate when you get a timeout. We don't time out because we're mad. We're time out because we care. If there's any deck in the deck queue you'd like to see a bit sooner, feel free to drop me a DM and let me know. Okay, so now we gotta go, right? This is the turn now. So we go stirrings. Now my stirrings make 4 mana, right? Don't mind me, just trying to figure out if you're dead or not. Oh, they currently have 8 or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're definitely dead next turn. Oh, wait, do I have exactly 12 mana? I have exactly 12 mana, don't I? That's hilarious. Ha! That's great. Hold, please. This is fine. This is my 4th turn, by the way. For people who are counting at home, this is turn 4. For those of you who are keeping track. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and Growth Spiral, draw another card. I don't mind putting stuff into my bin so I can dig. Yeah, they have me dead on their 5, so we gotta go. That's a Hidden Stirrings, sure. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gosh. This might be the deck that gets Dig Through Time banned, huh? So, Omniscience, Fae of Wishes is lethal. This is the deck that gets Dig Through Time banned, isn't it? This should be the one, yep. Hey, Snuggle Bear, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So once you grant it with Omniscience out, you're deterministic. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's gonna be the ban list update on Monday is gonna I feel like it's really gonna set the tone for what they're okay with existing and what they're not okay with existing in this format. We'll get to see, do they want this deck to be legal but weaker or not? So for people that are there seems to be some confusion, and I don't blame you. So January 6th, so 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before Monday, they announced that there would be another Pioneer ban list update on January 6th. And then after January 6th, Pioneer would be getting grouped in with the rest of the formats for non-scheduled updates moving forward. So there will definitely be a Pioneer update on the 6th, and that the 6th, on January 6th, Pioneer is leaving open beta, is the best way to describe it. January 6th ends Pioneer's open beta state. This hand, that was actually a very good draw. So now on turn 2, we get to Scrying for Thespian stage, and then Lotus Field. We should be in a good spot to kill on 4 here. It's a good die roll to win. So you're saying, unlike Arena, Pioneer is release ready. Yeah, perhaps. Here's hoping. For those of you that are just joining us or didn't notice when the Cut the Line donation happened, we are going to play a Vintage Cube draft after this league is done. Seth sent in a very generous donation, and I do play formats that I don't normally play for my friend Benjamin. Ben and I go way back, so when he suggests we do something, we usually give it a try. one single bend for cube draft. I actually don't mind cube. My biggest problem with normal limited is it tends to be really low powered games, and vintage cube doesn't have that problem. Vintage cube is pretty high powered. All right, so please don't kill me on your turn 4. I would like to kill you on my turn 4. All right, do I get a turn 4? Go. Feels modern, man. Do I get a turn 4? Ben's a good guy. Thanks for the 25 months, Karn. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We are very likely to kill them next turn with double Pore. Double Pore, double Field is pretty likely to kill them. If they have the Devotion Pump spell, we're dead here, right? This is 12, 14. Devotion Pump spell is plus infinite. Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, vomit. I think we just click submit here. I think we just click submit. It was a bad die roll to lose, chat. It was a bad die roll to lose. Had the turn 4 lethal, died on their turn 4. So, I am going to be rejecting more Pioneer submissions, which is one of the ways I'm going to help keep the format, or help keep the deck queue a little bit low. If they, assuming they don't gut some of these decks on Monday, Pioneer is settling into, I think there were a lot of people that, again, like, people kept asking me for my opinions on Pioneer, and I kept pretty adamantly telling people that we just didn't know. If decks like what I'm playing and what the opponent is playing are allowed to be the norm for this format without bans, this format is going to be very fast and brutal. It's not going to be modern, fast, and brutal to set a low bar, but it's not going to be a slow, dirtily format. If this deck isn't banned on Monday, I would happily take this one back to the queue. Okay, so Island's actually a great draw here because it lets me growth spiral this field into play and not sack my Thespian stage now. So again, it looks like we're getting set up for turn 5 lethal here potentially. Which might be good enough because we were on the play. I think we're supposed to leave Fog in the sideboard to Granted 4 on occasion. Yeah, that's true. We do have some draws that let us go next turn. Hidden Stirrings is one of them. Is it? No, it's not, right? No, it is? Is it? No, it is, right? Because we have another Hidden Stirrings. So I get to do this, and I get to untap these. Yes, yes, no. Make blue, stage copy. And now we Stirrings. Yes, yes, no. And now we start pouring. Untap, untap. I have to discard something. I still have a land drop, so we'll discard this for now. Yes, we have not played a land yet, so I have a spare mana. Untap, untap. I don't need another stage. So I have 9, 10 mana at the moment. So I have 10, 11 total mana. I've actually seen some of these decks play Ugin in the sideboard for positions like this. Oh, do I just fetch Elspeth here? No, that doesn't actually even do anything on this board, right? Because this is evasive and this doesn't die. Am I just supposed to, like, Growth Spiral here? Hour seems bad. Well, this doesn't die to Elspeth's minus. Do I just Growth Spiral? Do I just, like, play Sanctum and Growth Spiral? Shimmer. You think that's fine? So now I get to go triple green, Growth Spiral, drop third Lotus Field, sack these, and now I can Shimmer. And I hit a Dig Through Time. Okay, so what does Dig Through Time do, though? Dig Through Time. So now I have to decide what I want to do here. I've already played 2 Stirrings. It might be right to just, like, take Dig Finale and then Fae of Wishes this turn for something. Oh, I only get 1, right? This isn't a dig. All right, so I definitely take the dig. And then am I digging here or am I just granting for something? So they have 9 power on board. So they're attacking me for 9 down to 9. If they have aspect, we're dead? No, that's not true, right? They need double aspect. I'm not dead to aspect, right? Because they have, this is 5 plus 4. This is 9. Plus aspect is 5, so it's only 14. If they play triple, oh, because this kills us. This doubles it. Okay, so I have to go for it then. Yeah, I think we're supposed to just not leave ourselves because we're dead to F because this doubles it, right? Yeah. All right, so Stirrings plus Pore, easy game. So I have 8 mana total and nothing to do. If I hold up Fog, I'm like out of cards, chat. I have a Arboreal Grazer to block now. So I can Granted for Omniscience, and then Grazer put land into play. So I granted for Omniscience, Grazer put land into play, and then I still have 1 card in my hand. I draw a card next turn, and that lets me cast Omniscience, cast Fae of Wishes. I'm short to discard to bring back to my hand though, right? Hey Shav, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. So what am I... Yeah, Grazer keeps us alive from Great Grazer, so we're not dead to aspect anymore. So Grazer keeps us alive from aspect. So I get to do that. The question is then, what do I want to do with this Fae of Wishes? Why would I not put in a land with the Grazer? Can anybody explain to me why I would not put in a land with the Grazer? The issue isn't having cards in my hand with this next turn. The issue is I'm going to draw a card to be able to return Fae. I have to put a land into play to cast Omniscience, chat. It costs 10 mana. Ooh, was that the line? No, I don't have enough mana to do that, right? Because the way Lotus Field works. Why do I need fog? I'm not dead, chat. For people that are saying I need fog, why do I need fog? Alright, which of these cards do I want? I think it's just Sun. Is it just Sun's Champion? I feel like it's Sun's Champion. I don't have 4 fields next turn. That's not how Magic works. The problem with taking Finale here is I think I just want Sun's Champion. Yeah, this decks like this takes me back to Kiki Chord with people just like shouting out things without knowing how Magic works or being able to count. really takes me back. There's a good chance just this Elspeth is enough to win the game with blockers. So, like, because I have blockers, I'm not dead to aspect right now, which is great. And then next turn, I can Elspeth kill everything that's not this, and then still have blockers so Elspeth doesn't die. Champ doesn't block Steel's Leaf. It kills Steel Leaf Champion with her -3. So I didn't say it blocks this, it kills it. Is the plan. I think I'm gonna go to 3 here. Their deck doesn't really have traditional reach. I'm gonna go to 3. You died to Davriel. Yep. You're not wrong, Marty. You're not wrong. Twiddle is a reference to the card Twiddle. I don't think they usually play Questing Beast. If we die to Questing Beast here, I deserve that. Good chat, good chat. Okay, so now I have 12. So now I think I do this. Discard these. Pick this up. Granted. Now I can grab Finale. Recast this. And then if we don't die this turn, we're incredibly likely to kill them next turn. Because Finale will draw us 10 cards and cost 0 mana. Because it untaps up to 5 lands. Elspeth, Jumper of Champions is here, right? Did we fumble our way into a win here? Feel like we might have fumbled our way into a win here. That's true. We also have to win a game. Like, this is game 2 and we're down a game at the moment. This was the easy game where we were on the play, correct? Oh, we're deterministic from here, right? We just picked this up. I am low on clock. That is accurate. So we have 11 minutes to win the third game though, so I think that's probably fine. I'm gonna click submit. Yeah, the big Lotus Field should have had Shroud. Should not have had Hexproof. This hand's not good enough, right? I guess it's got a Scryland. No acceleration is pretty bad though. I think I want a Grazer or a Growth Spiral in this matchup. Can I have the 7 back? I think if I ask nicely, they'll give me the 7 back. I think I actually bottomed the Growth Spiral here, right? They went to 6. Hopefully they don't kill us super quickly. Don't play the bear. Don't play the bear. Don't play the bear. This card is so good. It's kind of unreal how good this card is in their deck. I would be surprised if we get a turn. If we get a turn 4. We're just dead to a land next turn, right? Their Oasis kills us. It's a shame too, because we drew this other Vizier. Are we dead to a land? This would be 5. Yeah, we're dead to a land. Maybe they don't have a land and they don't have a pump spell. Groovy Mule, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not dead yet. We didn't die. We didn't die. We got a turn 4. We're getting a turn 4. It's like a gift from Chris. It's like a delayed Christmas gift. Stirrings. Omniscience. All right. So what's the plan here? So we have to Thespian stage. And then we're looking for stirrings, right? Yeah, you definitely start with Vizier again, so it doesn't make more mana in the long run. We're dead, right? The growth spiral's a redraw? Yeah, kinda. Kinda. I'm out of colored sources though, right? I guess I can put a blue source into play. Doesn't do anything. I'm coming to the conclusion that this deck is only good against dumpy mopey decks that we like to play. Feels a lot less good when we're playing against efficient aggro decks. The rate at which we can go on 4 feels really low. Yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what speed the format ends up being at. January 6th sets the pace for the NASCARs, basically. Feels like this is probably a deck that like loses to a lot of the established good aggressive decks and then like beats up on things that people are trying to play that are bruised. That's fine. Doesn't have a way to get to a field necessarily, but Grazer Temple, we're on the draw. Hope for the best. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that makes us the bad guy, Flame Burst. Pretty confident that only good against the fun decks makes us the bad guy. Deal. You got it. Yeah, it looks like Blue-Red Phoenix on the other side. Am I supposed to cycle the Vizier? Oh, that's fair. I could just divination with this. Yeah, maybe that's fine. That's probably better. Opponent is on a boat, discarding the hand size. Discard an Arclight Phoenix, seems good. Okay. I mean, ciphering onto Vizier doesn't really accomplish anything. No, I've not done any cube drafts this season. We're not under any sort of real pressure, so I think I'm just like taking my time to try and get set up here. I've got 6. This is 7, 8 mana right now. Let me cast this and see if we can get a counter spell out of them. Deal. So they have 2 birds in their bin now. So they might, this is the turn where they could have a 5th land, so you might see like 3 1-mana spells, flip the birds into play, still hold up an Is It Charm potentially. Hey, Barbaric, thanks for the sub giftee. Hope your Friday's going swell. This is the last day in a row of the Streamathon, by the way. So if you're someone out there that's been watching every day, I am going to take off tomorrow and Sunday. I'll be back on Monday through Friday for next week for my normal schedule. This will be my last day in a row that I'm live. All right, so now I can do this, do this, do this. I think I just copy this and then drop 2 Grazers into play here as blockers. And then hope to have something to do meaningful next turn. Next turn I have, this is 9 mana and this is +4, so I have 13 mana next turn. Any plans for the weekend? I have to drive up to Chicago and pick up Christy and the kids. So tomorrow morning or afternoon I'll be doing that. And then Sunday we'll just be hanging out at home. Getting ready for the week. So Scrying doesn't really do anything here. Gosh, this is another instance where I was just like, if I had an Ugin, I could play Ugin, down tick, clear the board. We would definitely be better off if we had Ugin in our 75. If I had an Ugin in the sideboard, I would get Ugin, cast Ugin here. And that's not guaranteed to win the game. Like, the Ugin would be attackable, but I'd be in a better spot than I am right now. Yeah, there's no Supreme Verdict in the sideboard either. That's definitely a card I've seen people play. And again, like, this is a viewer-submitted deck list, so I mostly just play what people send in. I didn't have any experience with this deck before today. So, I think my line here is actually granted, get Finale of Revelation, and then set up to Finale next turn. I think that's actually the play. Just like hope I get a next turn. If they've already used 2 lightning axes. So, if I played a land yet this turn, I haven't, right? So I can play this Temple and Scry. I literally just played a blocker, chat. Are we dead to the Crackling Drake? No, we're not dead on board. Why not Hour? Because Hour's playing to not lose. I'd rather play to win. Also, I'm short mana. I'm one mana short of being able to do that. I'd have to burn my Hidden Stirrings. That really uses a lot of my resources. Sure, Shimmer's fine. So, if they don't kill Fae, we chump block, and then maybe we do stuff next turn. They had a 3rd axe, and we died. I think my play to win line there is correct. We're pretty likely to win if we finale with double field in play. I think I'm again just submitting. Maybe Mystic Dispute is fine here. Do people like boarding in Dispute against Phoenix? They do have counter spells. We like Dispute here. Is Dispute better than Grazer? I guess Grazer blocks Pyromancer nicely. What do I cut? My gut says it's just Grazer. You want to cut Shimmer? Yeah, Shimmer could be filler. Let's just run better. Sure. This hand's actually quite good if I hit a second land that's not a Lotus Field. So I'm gonna roll the dice here. Sweet. I think this hand's right to keep with the Temple, even if I miss. Just like, has a lot of the pieces we want. Turn 2 Pyromancers, very good start for them. I just have to field pass here, right? Are we the baddies? Yes. I don't think it's right to jam here. I'm pretty sure, like, we're not under any pressure and they have counterspells, so... I think in a world where they had nothing, I could go off here, but I think in reality where I'm living, I'm not supposed to jam. I probably want to sit here and, like, amass some mana. Now we start doing stuff. A lot of their counters are soft counters. They just spoiled an RNG True Name Nemesis per standard. I really hope you're incorrect in that assessment. I don't know. I can't think quite possibly what the card could do, but I hope whatever it does, it's not what you're implying it's supposed to do. What does Cypher do again? It's some weird thing where you can, like, put it on a creature, and, like, when your creature hits them, you copy it. Protection from everything except a random casting cost between 2 and 4. How... So I don't normally look at... I would really just like to say that we criticize Wizards' designs a lot, but I would really like to, like, give a tip of the hat to how well Wizards has done in recent years to welcoming Hearthstone players into Magic. Between Teferi, Hero of Hearthstone, and cards like this, they're really appealing to that new, younger Hearthstone audience. I think they're doing a good job of that. Good quality designs overall. All right, back to this game. Pore over the pages got countered. I dig now, right? Pore over the pages, second dig. How many stirrings have I played already? Just 2. What am I doing here? I have 3, 6, 10 mana total. What if I just, like, granted for 2 useful things here? And then, like, put a 1/4 into play? I don't think I'm supposed to Elspeth this turn because they could Spell Pierce me. What if I, like, granted for Elspeth, granted for something else, cast a 1/4? I can, like, granted for Elspeth, granted for Anger. I think I like that. I think that's my play. I think that's maybe something I've been doing a little bit wrong when we've been playing this deck. We've been, like, trying to push really hard for going off the turn we go. And, like, situations like this where we, like, kind of go, but end with resources seem fine. Dispute's a great draw here. Lets me counter their counter with my 7th mana. Go. Chat's real wide. You must be new here, Hippity. I mean, to be fair, a card like that 6-1, that card creates good esports moments. That card is going to be the result of tension and heartbreak and the biggest of swings. That card is esports ready, chat. Hey, Pore's a great draw. Magic's not gambling 2020. It's funny because it's not true. All right. 7, 8, I have 7, 9 mana at the moment. Go ahead and dig through time and see where we end up at. Another pour over the pages. Probably not dig through time. Sure, why not? We're looking for a strings at this point. It's what we're looking for. The good news is, again, like I was talking about, we're not in danger of being dead anytime soon. So like I kind of just get to hang out, right? Like I think I'm gonna just anger this board. Just like buy Felicia these things. And like I can play this other 1/4 out. And then like I'm gonna stage this Lotus Field. Seems fine. I'm ready to like dig and make a bunch of mana. They're gonna draw some cards. Oh no! Oh no! That's a real good one. I guess it doesn't beat dig, but it beats my finale. I have these Faes to attack this at least. So now the line is probably phase attack this down over 2 turns. We'll, like, dig at their next end step. Hey, Killer Caterpillar, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, so they got Shard, of course, but then didn't do anything with it. So I guess I'm going to Lotus Field here and sack these lands. And I'm going to go ahead and attack this Narset. And then my plan is to, like, double dig in their end step. And then, like, gets it up. Hopefully I don't die from 13. I think that's pretty unlikely. Double dig on their end step and then go next turn. Yeah, we have Bone Crusher Giant and Questing Beast that make protection slightly less offensive, but that really adds a pretty huge layer of complexity, right? Like, understanding that? Maybe I'm supposed to blast on the Narset? I don't know. I get to just attack her, right? He says before he loses both of his Fae of Wishes. Oh, good call, Lyrics. It's good to know. Oh, I can spiral on their turn, can't I? That's a good call. Let's do that now. Fuels the bin. I believe I can still double dig here too, right? Here's a couple of strings. And strings can tap this Phoenix so I can kill their Narset. Yeah. Alright, so they're dead. It's gonna take me a second though. Untap Lotus Field, tap Arclight Phoenix. How does Cypher work? I don't actually know how Cypher works, but it doesn't matter. So untap these. Don't Cypher. Has deal combat damage to an opponent. Okay, good. I didn't know what it did. Then let's tap all of these. We'll do this. We did not find our main deck Omniscience. That's fine, though. So that's 17. So I can granted... Okay, so we're deterministic. I can granted get Omniscience, cast Omniscience, Pay 2 mana, pick my Fae of Wishes up. Use Fae of Wishes to granted for Enter the Infinite. Enter the Infinite. Put a card back on top of my deck. Cast this. Okay. We're down a game though, right? If I recall, we died the first game. I think we died the first game. Alright, so I gotta try and win this last game in 8 minutes. This is definitely a deck where I could risk timing out with, so I'm gonna need to play a little bit quicker in the second one. Oh. That's magic. I'm gonna time out here, so I need to like get back to this, but that's mulligan. Yeah, this hand's fine. We're in danger, chat. We're in danger. Insert Ralph Wiggum here. Yeah, protection from everything is the answer to how that works. You know what? That's probably a sick sideboard plan in Kisa's combo. When you want to play fair, you can just like board some copies of that card. I bet that's probably sick. Oh, you can even play Hushbringer with it. Hushbringer's that's the real MVP. You just play Hushbringer with it? Oh, God. Is it a replacement effect? Is it an as it enters the battlefield? I don't actually have the wording in front of me. Is it a replacement effect? Is it like Phyrexian Revoker? Okay, so Hushbringer doesn't work. If it's worded like Phyrexian Revoker, Hushbringer doesn't work. This really doesn't do better than just gaining 3. So might as well gain 3 and get a card in my bin for my dig through time. Can I dig through a Spell Pierce here? I think so. This is 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I go blue, green, and I can do this, leaving blue-green floating, so I can even Growth Spiral after. So they can negate me here. That feels bad. Now we're basically at empty. Okay. It's a good one. It's a good one to have. It's a good one to find when we're basically at empty. Oh. Yeah, I think you're right that I could have cycled the Vizier. Yeah, because I had 2 floating. I could have cycled in response, right? Yeah, so my dig could have resolved there. Hey, that's a really good catch. I'm a judge, so it's a replacement effect, so you have to eat vegetables today unless there's a rule change. Sounds right. Yeah, missing resolving my dig there because I missed the Vizier is a big deal. We're probably dead. Take one more draw step, I guess, if we get one. So if they find, they put Phoenix in the play here, we're dead, which they're very likely to. All right, are we 1-3, I think, now? Yeah, we're 1-3, but I'm going to play the last match. We've definitely had some misses, because I've missed lines like the cycling to pay for the Mystical Dispute on that turn, and this build is definitely not ideal. No Ugin, no Supreme Verdict are pretty big misses, I think. But I think I want to try the last one, not only because we get our $5 back, but because, I'd like a little bit more experience with what this deck is doing. Alright, against an unknown, do I keep the Scrying so we can get... What do I bottom here? It's Scrying or Growth Spiral. What's the bottom? Is it Spiral? Just like plan to go slower? Yeah, you need 2 fields to go, right? Hopefully we just like draw a Grazer or a Spiral. Nothing but net chat. Hashtag skill game. Best draw on the deck. Right there. I was like, oh, basic mountain, we're dead. Oh, Arboreal Grazer, we're good. We're good. So next turn we go... Oh, they're playing the big red deck. Deal. Well, I mean, we're casting this because... Do I just go get an untapped land with this now? It doesn't really matter, right? Maybe I grab Blast Zone, just in case. So this was our turn 2, so we're getting set up to kill them on our turn 4. Normal mono red's probably a tough matchup for us. The bigger mono red deck, I bet, is pretty good for us. As far as matchups go. We'll see if they have Alpine Moons or Damping Spheres on the sideboard. I think if this deck doesn't get something banned out of it on Monday, every mid-range and control deck in this format needs Alpine Moon or Damping Sphere on the sideboard. This matchup is just way too difficult for anything that's not super aggressive. Like, you will not be able to play those cards if you want to be competitive in this matchup. Well, we now have infinite mana. I've yet to play a land for the turn. Start with a dig here. So how much mana do I actually have? So each of these Hidden Stirrings are +4. I have a land drop as well. So I have 5, 9, 13, 14. So with 14 mana, double Fae is lethal, right? Right? Let's count that again. 5, 9, 13, 14. So first Fae goes Fae for Omniscience, second Fae gets the thing and they die. Yeah. Learning the counting shortcuts with this deck. This is a turn 4 kill. So Omniscience with Fae of Wishes is lethal with Enter the Infinite. I just had to warm the deck up, something like that. I think we just click submit here, right? Yeah, like I said, so like, a lot of the combo decks in this format feel like what Modern was actually advertised to be, which is this format's actually like, Pioneer right now, if you had to ask me what turn format it is, this feels like a turn 4.5, maybe turn 5 format. And by that, I mean, between turns 4 and 5 is about when the decks that if you ignore them, kill you. Whereas like Modern, if you ask me in Modern's been like a turn 2.5 format, which is games are generally decided by the third turn, in my experience. This hand's not amazing, but I think it's a keep. I think turn 1 Grazer is just the absolute best thing we can be doing here. This is a freebie, so we're gonna keep it. They didn't play a threat on 1, so I'm not playing Grazer on 1. We're not under any pressure, so I'm gonna hang out and keep that. So if we're really lucky, this Shimmer finds Lotus Field. Well, everything will be up on YouTube as always. Wait. All the goodies end up there. So then hopefully we get set up to kill them on turn 4 to 5 here. Their clock's pretty slow here overall, unless they have a Tor brand. Just another Legion War boss. That's nice, but doesn't really change much. That's what I'm saying. The second War boss isn't lethal next turn, right? I guess the question is, if they glory bang my Arboreal Grazer next turn, does that kill me? So taking 4 down to 16. If they go land Glory Bringer, they'd be attacking for, do they have a Wild Slash for this Grazer? Okay. So let's say they add 4 attack to the table next turn. I'm trying to calculate if I need to try and go off here. So the war bosses next turn are adding 4 more power to play. So they have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, right? Yeah, it's exactly lethal if they have a Glory Bringer. So I think because Glory Bringer is exactly lethal, I'm supposed to start spinning here. If I wasn't dead to Glory Bringer, I would wait. That's still dead to Glory Bringer. We're not incredibly likely to go off from here. Our hand is not super good. Going off without having 2 fields is incredibly unlikely. There's a Scrying. Am I just supposed to hope to fade? I feel like I'm supposed to hope to fade at this point. I can take the scrying for stage, play stage, copy field. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to just hope I'm not dead next turn. My odds of going off here are just so incredibly low. And my odds of going off next turn with the second field are much higher. So I think I just hope I have a next turn. Playing Grazer doesn't help because Glorybringer would kill the Grazer. And if we die here, we get to take the next game on the play. You know, details. No, I don't think you can afford to have blanks in the main. You have sweepers via Fae of Wishes. Like, there should definitely be a Supreme Verdict on our sideboard. A lot of the other builds are playing Supreme Verdict and Ugin as ways to clean the board up, and then we definitely not playing those cards is a mistake. For sure. Yeah, if these were Rabble Masters, I think they would have had... I think we would have died, but I think we would have died. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We're looking for, like, a strings and a pour over the pages, or a strings and, like, another dig. Probably, like, strings and pour. Okay, well, those are real bad. That's what I wanted for Christmas. This still doesn't guarantee anything. It just means we get to start spinning. Oh, I should keep the land to discard it. Yeah, that's fine. I have the Grazer discard. It doesn't really matter. I have 7 here, right? So I should leave 1 green and 1 blue for this growth spiral. I guess I'm untapping my land, so it doesn't really matter. So, we're dead. This is, again, just very, very Nexus-like. When you beat this deck, it's not often that you beat it, it's that it, like, spun and then failed to do its thing. So very, very unsatisfying to play against. It's a neat puzzle to play with, but, like, sitting on the other side of the table is... I did not have enough to Fae. No, I only had 6. Did I have a land drop? Maybe I had a land drop. I don't remember now. Now I'm doubting myself. I think I had a land drop. I don't remember if I had a land at that. No, I put the temple into play. No, I did play the temple, right? Yeah, I played the tapped land. I guess... I definitely need that when we get going, so I think I keep it. And then we're just like, we need to find our way to a Lotus Field. Hoping for this spiral to show us a Lotus Field. This deck's not playing Nexus of Fate, Ziggy. I'm saying it's comparable to playing against Nexus of Fate. The types of gameplay it generates, where you sit there and wait to find out if you're dead or not. This deck doesn't really kill you that quickly. There's a lot of tire spinning a lot of the time. There are some games where it's very deterministic, but there's a lot of other games where you just... It kill faster than Nexus is like a real low bar. Okay, so we're dead. Need Lotus Field this turn. Right now. Yep. Yeah, playing this deck, and this is something that's good to do. Like, playing decks that you feel like are too good is often eye-opening, because when you play them and have to actually puzzle through them, it's very different than the very human amount of games where, like, you remember the games where they had it and you didn't, etc., etc. Honestly, after playing this deck and seeing what its failure rate looks like, I'm even more interested to see what happens on Monday, because whether or not they do anything with this deck will dictate what types of bannings are going to go on in this format. Like, are there going to be, hey, this is a quality of life banning because this is really tedious and this is not types of gameplay we want to support here in Pioneer? Or is this, hey, you need to sit there and wait for your opponent to, like, do their thing over the course of, 5 to 10 minutes sometimes? Is that the type of gameplay they want to exist in this format? Hey, thanks for the Prime, Hammy. I appreciate that. Hope your holiday season went well. Overall, this deck was neat. It's a neat puzzle. I do think the sideboard, like we mentioned a couple of times, was very off. A Supreme Verdict and an Ugin are a must in here. What we're supposed to cut for those, I don't know offhand. I'm by no means an expert with this deck. If we were to play it again, I would go through a bunch of different decks that have been successful and compare what they do. I think if nothing gets banned from this on Monday, this would definitely be a deck I'd play again, because I think it's a neat puzzle to play on occasion, even if it is tedious to play against. It's fun to be on this side of the board. Yeah, I could see this deck having a lot of parallels to KCI. I think that's a very real, reasonable comparison to draw. All right, what are we doing? My friend Benjamin convinced me to do a vintage cube draft, so I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll and tweet and post that we're doing that in different places. So we'll be back in just a few minutes with our first and only cube draft of the season. Thanks for hanging out, folks.